In this episode, we will learn how to move to the next level with the help of an online personal development coach. Helping us with this is going to be Nick. Welcome to the show, Nick. How are you doing?
I'm doing really fucking good. I'm winning today. I'm excited to be here and just drop tons of knowledge. Thank you for
Yeah.
having me on, Toby.
Thank you so much. I'm loving your energy already, and I'm super excited about everything that I'm going to learn from you. It's something that affects a lot of us, and it's something that we also need to work on ourselves too, basically. And I love what you do. Helping men, helping people out there with their physique, moving to the next level in every area of their lives. And before we move further into all of the wonderfulness I'm going to learn from you today, I'm very happy that you are very open about your 10-year plus porn addiction that you had in the past. So I would just like us to start from there. Like, I would like you to tell us more about this and, tell me how it all started.
So this started all the way back when I was 12 years old. I'm now 23 years old. I've mastered the porn addiction. I don't do it anymore. But for over that span of a 10-year plus period, I was literally just jerking it every single day. I had no confidence in myself throughout this whole journey. I would just go to the porn because it made me feel something. And I put that in quotes because I wasn't actually feeling something. I was actually escaping something. I was escaping the current reality that I was trying to live, but I couldn't. So it started very young. I would just be in the house, trying to just find something to do, but it only went to porn. That's where it started. I remember just going on YouTube and I found a stripper and she was like dancing, and that's how the first time ever happened. And then my brain was just like, oh, fuck yeah, I need more of this, need more of this. So then I was trying to chase a dream of getting to the NBA throughout high school. So I had a little bit of purpose under my belt. I didn't really know about, what I know now in terms of like mastering self and everything. I was trying to, again, just be the best me. I had the work ethic, but I didn't have any faith. And that was because of the porn addiction that I was developing throughout the years. And in high school, it was the same way. I felt like shit. I felt weak. I couldn't talk to anybody. I was very antisocial and I felt worthless inside. And I would run to the porn every single day after school. And again, to make me feel something. And then I went off to college. I did one semester at a local SUNY school here in New York, they're called. And what wound up happening is that now I was starting to get a lot of depression, especially, and anxiety. I was working a job at the time while I was in school, and it was fucking me up. I had this very dark cloud over my head, and I never really felt this at this point. And now the addiction has been, around like 5, 6, 7 years at this point. So it's really taken a toll on me. And I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't really have a lot of friends. I'm hanging around a bunch of losers, if anything, and my life's going to shit. So, and it only goes to more shit. I wind up dropping out of college. I'm trying to now chase a dream of making it on YouTube, and I'm still attached to porn. I mean, like shit, every single day on my 9 to 5, I'm going up to McDonald's up the block and eating a fucking 20-piece McChicken nugget with a large fry and a vanilla shake. And then I'm like, oh my God, I want to just go fucking jerk again out of my dick. That's what I would do when I got home. That's what I would do. Or before work, I would do like 2 to 10. So I had the morning at this point, and that's what I would do before work or when I got home late at night. And I would do this over and over again, until I found some sort of purpose, which was in 2020, where I was able to get a little bit, momentum for myself. I finally found something where I was able to get off the porn. So there was a breaking point where I was able to say, okay, I didn't need this. I hopped on TikTok, was able to blow up to 700,000 followers, just posting workouts and all these things. I had like a mentor at the time, like he was like a friend that lived close by to me. He was trying to help me out, but he would actually encourage me to go and like watch porn more, because of what I was going through. He was trying to teach me confidence though in the mix. It was fucked. Like that dude is fucked. Like I don't associate with them anymore. And so I'm on TikTok, able to blow it up. The problem is that 700,000 followers, it was fake as fuck. Like the way that I built it. And I needed to literally take a step back at this point and say, okay, I'm making a little bit of money I need to, still get things in motion. And then it stopped coming in. And I'm like, it dried up very fucking quick. I thought I was like, oh fuck yeah, I'm killing it. Da da da. Like nobody's gonna stop me. I'm 20 years old. Like no one's doing this shit. I don't need a 9 to 5, all these fucking things. And at the time, I wasn't even working a 9 to 5 up to this point. I quit all my fucking jobs. The 2 jobs that I had, I literally walked out of them like mid shift. Like I'm fucking savage. Like I never told them like 2 week notice. And that was because of the porn. I was actually scared as fuck. Like that's what the porn was doing to my life. It was making me so scared and anxious. It didn't want to make me deal with what the fuck the consequences and responsibilities. And just being that man, being that fucking leader, the man that I always needed. That's what I fucking needed. So throughout this process, I'm going, and then I get hit with fucking another load of porn because I'm not making any money. It all dries up from TikTok. And I'm like, it's going hard. So for like a year, I'm not doing anything. I'm making like $100 a month at most. And I'm just like, oh, what the fuck am I doing? I invest into a couple of coaching programs at this point. I start to learn how to make an actual business around my name. And I started learning about sales and marketing, tapped into that. I'm still on porn at this point, making like, here and there, like a couple, again, like $1,000 or $100 a month. And it really hits home. So this is where it's like rock fucking bottom. In July of 2022, on the 27th, I have it fucking mapped out. I'm down in the fucking basement. I have 2 bathrooms in the house, and the first one I did it in the morning, and then it was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And in the second time I was doing it for the day, I just released, and that consciousness is calling my fucking name. And he's like, you need to go to that coach that's going to help you, because there was a coach at the time from that sales and marketing community that I was in that could help me get out of this rut and also get my physique right, because I was so out of shape. Again, I was eating like shit, wasn't taking care of myself. I was so depressed, still had that dark ass cloud this whole time throughout this whole process at this very moment. And I was like, fuck, I need to invest in that coach. What the fuck am I doing with my life? Why am I doing this to myself? Just self-sabotaging like a motherfucker. So I finally make that change in myself. I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna go to that coach. I'm gonna make it happen. Started teaching me all about macros, workouts, all these things. I got it simplified, the blueprint of how all this works. When it came to mindset, conquering my addiction, I didn't want to do it anymore at this point because of who I was being taught by. Also, just the habits that I was doing, the discipline that came with it. And in 3 months, I was able to get fucking chopped real quick. And I turned into the best shape of my life because I put in the fucking work. I did not miss. I was so hurt at that point in July of 2022. I knew I needed to make a fucking change. I knew it was going to take so much fucking sacrifice. Sacrifice creates paradise. So I literally had to put so much into myself to reap the fucking rewards down the line. Compound effect, delayed gratification, all that shit. 3 months later, then 6 months, reverse. Then did another cut. Boom, chopped again. Got it even better. And now we're only continuing. Now my business is only growing. At first, when I joined, because he was also showing me how to grow my business, it was at fucking flat zero. I was not really making much. Now, past couple of months, over a year plus now, we're at 10K plus a month. Like it's only fucking growing. I'm only getting better. I'm only getting more level ups. And it's because of this specific program and focusing on myself that I'm doing in this process. And every day is just getting easier and easier. And the discipline and everything is just increasing as a whole. But it all started with that voice
Yeah.
in my head when I'm down in the fucking basement, in the bathroom. And it's saying, like, you need to fucking do this. The call of your conscience is the authentic voice of God. That's what God is telling you to get off of what the fuck you're doing and get on a better path of guiding you along something that is going to be so fucking instrumental in this fucking life that's gonna blow people away. Like that's what it tells me. I may be psycho, but that's how it fucking is.
Yeah, I mean, I believe God speaks to us like even in the most silent whispers, in the most awkward places in our lives, conditions, situations. You could be doing the worst thing in life, and God will just come when it comes whisper and tell you, "Hey, Nick, hey, Toby, do you think this makes sense? Do you think this is going to move you forward in life, basically?" Yeah. And being able to listen to that and follow the instructions afterwards could transform your life. Yeah. I
Yeah,
love that.
100%. Like, if you don't have that guiding you, like, I don't know what the fuck you're gonna be doing with the rest of your life. Like, I was going to take my life. It was going to get that bad. Like, I really
Mm,
wanted to commit suicide throughout this whole process, especially down in that basement. That's
mm,
where the thoughts were very nasty. They were very negative, and I kept running to the porn to, again, to make me feel something, to make me get so off target, to just distract myself. And it's
mm,
like it's all about just staying on purpose. If you don't have purpose, like, you're lacking the direction, you're running away from something. So any vice that you have, if it's porn, if it's drinking, if it's alcohol, like for me, I never had a drinking problem or drugs or anything. Like, I tried it a couple times. It just wasn't my vice. That wasn't my get to, my high, you know? But every time I knew I was running away from something, it was like, oh, the sales are not coming in. Oh, we're going to go watch some fucking porn. And then it was
mm,
just repeating over and over again. The thoughts were only getting nastier. I was only getting more upset every single day. That dark cloud was still over myself. But then I made that fucking investment. I listened to the calling. And from there, that dark cloud just fucking disappeared. And I
yeah.
haven't felt it really since. It creeps in. I'm telling you right now, it fucking creeps in. It recently, with the new levels I keep attaining, new levels, new
Mhm.
fucking evils and devils. That's what happens. But I have the program, I have the fucking keys to the fucking universe, and seeing how all this works. It
Mm.
fucking works with what I got.
Yeah, I was about to ask you that, after, giving up on it, or like, after letting go of porn, like, how do you deal with the relapses basically? Like, are they sometimes once in a while you just catch yourself watching it again and jerking off again? And what do you do at those points in your life? Or how do
Right.
you
So there's a
avoid?
couple of things.
Mm,
Gotcha. Yeah, there's a couple things. It's not just one thing. The first thing is I always identify, like, why am I even feeling like this in the first place, right?
mm, mm,
So usually it's something because I'm in a low frequency or a low vibration. It's
mm,
something that I'm like, oh, maybe I'm like pissed off, or maybe it's like, oh, maybe a sale, or maybe something with the chick, or some shit. It just didn't go my way.
mhm.
And I'm just like, okay, identify that. Don't do what you used to do, because then you're only going to be taking back steps, because we're only going forwards or backwards based off decisions and choices and thought process and action and energy that we have for ourselves every single day with what
Yeah.
we do. So if we are choosing to take that back step, if I say, "Oh, I'm just gonna go jerk the fuck out of my dick right now because there was the sale didn't go through, or somebody pissed me off or whatever," like, I'm going to take a back step and I'm not going to progress. So I just don't do that. So that's the first thing, because I've done so many reps now. I'm just like, why am I going to like fuck up the streak? Why am it's been like 500 days, I think now. You know what
Mm,
I'm saying? So it's
yeah.
like, why would I do that? All the success that I had, because I know I went so beneath the fucking surface of most
Mm,
people,
mm,
went so deep on the habits, the discipline, all these things. And it's
yeah.
like, I know real quick, like, okay, if I do that, I'm only going to go backwards. So
Mm,
identifying the triggers, like seeing if I'm in that low vibration. The next thing is definitely, yeah, just seeing as well, like long view, right? With all this as well. So if I see my vision is like, do I align with that character? No, that's the old character. That's the old Nick. That's the
mm,
old bitch Nick that was weak as fuck and couldn't take care of himself. He couldn't do anything. He was so antisocial, all of these things. So it's like, I don't want to go back to that way. I am aligning with the 10.0 Nick that is unbreakable and undeniable in all ways. So if I relapse, that's not me operating at my best. So that's the
mm,
next thing.
yeah.
The other thing is just literally just saying, I don't need that. I don't need that anymore in general. I don't need it because I've been able to master it so many days just as a whole. I just
Mm,
take it moment by moment. If it's at that point, then I just hit some fucking push-ups. Like, I just channel that energy into something that's actually going to benefit me. Maybe it's
yeah.
to go serve a client, because
Mhm,
then that urge or whatever, it just goes away. It works
mhm,
every fucking time. It's just based off you choosing to say, "Oh, yeah, I'm gonna go jerk the fuck out of my dick," or "I'm not, and I'm gonna go serve a client. I'm going to go help somebody today. I'm going to be that offering to the world in some shape or form. I'm going to just go to work today and do what is required. I'm going to go hit the gym. I'm going to go hit the weights. I'm going to go track my macros, whatever. When you put that energy into something else instead of, whatever, that bottle, that, drug or whatever the fuck, like, it's not going to serve you long term. It's short fucking pleasure at the end of the day.
That's very true. Yeah. I think, Nick, you are like in his spirit or in same frequency, because I was about to ask you that same question when you were talking earlier. I was having a conversation with someone about addiction also, and he was telling me, oh, you have to replace this habit with a different habit, with something healthier. And you answered it already, like you replace, watching porn with, some press up or serving a client or do something much more productive with your time. Yeah, that I find that really helpful. That's really good. That's really good. And there's something I want to ask basically, and that's to do with the program that saved your life, and that's what
Mhm.
you also like teach your clients right now. So can you tell us what it entails, what's it all about, and how it actually saved you from committing suicide?
Yeah, so when it was July of 2022, I remember I went upstairs, fucking spent like 3K on this coach. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just do this shit. Straight out the gate, he
Mm,
sent it over. First thing was workouts. So I was like, okay, I can start with that. Like focusing on what I could control. So I want to
mm,
make that clear. Like you guys have to focus on what you can control. Don't try to control the things that you can't. You can't control your boss. You can't control the government. You can't control all these things. Just
mm,
focus on you. The best investment is going to be you at the end of the day. Nobody fucking else. No other thing in this life. Work on self. Get your internal state right. Internal state affects external state. So make sure your internal state is right. Then everything around you is going to be right. You're going to see life through a whole fucking different lens. I swear to God, it fucking works. Okay, next thing. First thing, early morning wake up. Okay, so all this is non negotiable, by the way. This is my non negotiable daily process. I give
mm,
this to all my clients. It fucking works. They say the same thing. Early morning wake up. It's non negotiable. It doesn't matter if you're sick, it doesn't matter, fucking death in the family, whatever. Like, it doesn't matter. You get up, same time, every single day. For me, it's 4 a.m. Like, I had to crank that shit from 6:15 down to 4 a.m. It takes time. So don't
mm,
start with something so fucking hard and then you can't maintain it for the rest of your life. It's also about sustaining and maintaining for the rest of your life. It's a lifestyle. Fitness, mindset, nutrition, all that shit, it's a fucking lifestyle, baby. If you're not doing this shit for a lifestyle, you just want to drop some fucking weight, then you're not doing it for the right reasons. That's all the byproduct. Like, do this long term. It's about mind, body, and soul. So make sure you're waking up. Same time. Next thing is going to be literally getting in the fucking gym. A very intense workout. You want to be able to achieve flow state, peak physical performance at this point, positive mental attitude. That's what you're achieving in this process when you go and lift some weights. Get that blood flow moving. If it's just doing some push ups, if you don't have access to a gym, then definitely just do something around the house. Or if you do have access to a gym, definitely go pump some fucking iron. Like you're going to be able to achieve it real quick. Burpees, I have found, are the quickest way. Next thing is definitely after that workout, come home, journal, reflect, self reflection in the term of goals, and then stacking your wins. Get your fucking confidence up for the day. Confidence is a byproduct of constantly doing the same fucking thing over and over and achieving success. So you just do it over and over. Repetition is the mother of skill. So the more reps that you do of this every single day, you count. Yeah, I hit the gym. I didn't miss on my wake up. I didn't hit the snooze. I got that first meal in. I tracked that first meal, yada, yada, yada. All these wins. And it's around like, let's just say like 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. You have so many wins under your belt compared to the motherfucker that woke up at 8 o'clock this morning and he's still getting ready to go to his 9 to 5. Like you're already ahead of the field. That's what you want to feel. You want to feel like the baddest motherfucker. That's how it is. So that's the next thing that I was focusing on. And then with that, even in the journaling, what you're doing is you're also analyzing of what you did wrong the previous day or that previous morning, even to make yourself better. You're magnifying and focusing on the weaknesses to eventually turn to strengths. If you
mm,
don't do this, we're not getting better if you just focus on your strengths throughout this process. So it's wins, which are your strengths that you're gaining throughout the process, and then also focusing on your weaknesses again to make you the baddest motherfucker possible, to build that belief for the day, for the day. Because if you don't do this, you won't have the confidence for whatever you got to do. I've noticed it.
Yeah.
You'll be off as fuck. Next thing, specific macro goals, tracking them. If you don't track your macros, you are not going to cut the fat. You're also building solid habits and wins in this process as well. You have to be making sure that you're eating the proper diet, nutrition overall, so you can get the results to put on the size, lose weight, whatever that is for yourself, whatever goals you want to achieve. You got to be making sure that you're doing this in the process to actually reap the rewards. And this is what I did for fucking 3 months, 9, 12 now, even, over and over. I just keep doing the same fucking shit and it
Yeah.
fucking works. And it doesn't matter for all this, once again, of how you're feeling, what you're going through. You get those meals in, you log it all, you do the journaling, you get it done. All these things. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. If you have to, do it on your fucking phone, like for the journaling. Hit the workout. If it's just some push-ups or something for the day. You're just achieving that ultimate flow state and staying in abundance as well throughout this whole process when you do this. You're staying on purpose. You're staying on your vision. You're staying for your higher calling in the sense. You're not going in, sleeping in and doing drugs or eating like shit. Like those macros, especially, it's clean fucking food that you're eating. Not going to be some fucking bullshit that's not going to serve you as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, this sounds so exciting. I'm so happy to hear about this, and I'm going to ask you about details about the course and how people can reach out to you so that they can maybe also take part of this or join you on this journey also. But some might be listening to this right now. I'm saying, wow, Nick, this is so interesting. This is so important. I find it very valuable. But it sounds like a lot of work, and doing it every day seems impossible. How do you stay consistent on this journey and find the courage, the motivation to do this every day of your life?
I mean, it's a couple of things. Like, it's not like, I don't know. I've always been a very consistent motherfucker. I will say that too. Again, when I was doing basketball, I hit every fucking drill. I would be out there 7+ hours in the fucking blazing sun, 90 degrees plus out there in the summertime, just working on my shit. So I think I developed it at a very young age. I was like 13, 14 years old, where my consistency and my habits were A1. Obviously, there were times where I like fell off, like not playing basketball and not doing much. But I still had it deep inside me. And I think that's what it is. It's just more action. So I always try to say it's through just seeing your vision. Like that's what it was. I was chasing a vision. The same thing with what I'm doing now. I'm chasing a vision. I'm chasing my 10.0 self and I'm aligning. So I don't want to come off here and say it's like just chasing. So you're like, like you got to be needy and all that shit. Nah, all you got to do is just align with that character through the actions and the habits that you do every single day. So that's what keeps me going. Like it's also be the man you always needed, create the man you admire and give him to the world as the best you. So would the best me be like not consistent? Would the best me like just fucking like sleep in, or like you're doing this for your people, you're doing it for your family? Like that's fucking big right there. Like, can you be that fucking leader? Can you pull up like anywhere you go and light a fucking room up to show like, oh shit, the baddest motherfucker, like I want to be like him? Like that gives me more belief in myself and keeps me going as well. So it's
Yeah.
like I have all my mentors. It's also who you surround yourself with. Fuck, that's a fucking big one. So if you're hanging around a bunch of fucking losers, you're not going to be consistent because their habits and everything that they're doing is shit. So literally what I do is hang around a whole bunch of ballers, multimillionaires. They're making like 2 million plus a month. And I'm just like, that's where I see myself. That's along my path. So it's like, get around that. You're not going to want to fucking fall off and all that shit. You're going to want a lot more. It's all about just never being satisfied, being the best you possible, knowing that you're better than everybody else and you have impulse control. Those are the 3 traits of a hyper successful person. So I don't know. That's just me. Like that's how I see myself. With it's always the vision. That's the main thing, and aligning with that actual character as my 10.0 self. And it's like the 10.0 me would never take a fucking day off. Like he's an intense, extreme motherfucker. That's all it
Yeah.
is.
I love what you said, like having a vision for yourself, having that image or that goal that you like to achieve or reach in the future, and waking up every morning with that goal in mind, just keeps you on the track, on your feet, basically. Yeah. I really like that. Yeah. So, I mean, you talked about, abundance mindsets. And I would just like to ask, like, if you could reflect back, like, to, maybe 5 years ago when you were eating McDonald's every day and, having another way of life or living, and you look at yourself right now today with, eating healthy, going to the gym. How has your mindset changed or shifted in this time frame?
Oh my God. Like, 10,000, a million fold. Like the energy that I possess, I did have like some energy, I will say, but it wasn't the way that it is now that I'm on here with you or when I serve my clients or just meeting people in person.
Mm,
Way different. I used to look like Casper the Ghost. I wouldn't be taking care of myself, like all
mm,
these things. It's way different. Like I just turned into the character and I still continue to this day just building that 10.0 character. At 18, my mindset was dog shit. I had that cloud over me, depressed as fuck, addicted to porn, hanging around a whole bunch of low lives, being a people pleaser to everybody. Like now I don't give a fucking shit. I'm like, I'm Gucci with just me, myself, and I. Like I don't need anybody. When I was 18, my mindset was, oh, I need to be around a whole bunch of people so I don't feel lonely. Or like I need to be around a whole bunch of people because they're fun, but like deep down they're fucking assholes and like, all this shit. And it would just fuck with my fucking head. The person that I was, I had no confidence in myself. Now I pull up anywhere, people are like, God damn, you're fucking loud as fuck. Because I used to be quiet. I wouldn't say shit.
mm,
I didn't
mm,
think people cared. I was insecure, all these fucking things. And now I'm just like, what the fuck is all this shit? Like, fuck that. So I'm like, I'll just pull up to anywhere. I don't give a fuck. Like I was down in Florida, like I think it was like last month for an event, like a mastermind. It was fucking boring as fuck in the fucking meeting. And we were going around and introducing each other. It was like, hey, my name is Dave, and yeah, I'm from Arkansas. And then I'm like, so they go to me, and then I'm like, okay, can we like turn the fucking energy up? Holy shit. And then I just start telling my fucking story. Like nobody
yeah.
was telling their story or anything. Like I
Mm,
just moved rooms. On my vision board, it's like electrifying energy motherfucker, like type shit. Like
mm,
that's who I am. That's how I see myself. That's operating from self, from purpose, from my heart. Like when everything is alignment, you see the next steps, you see the best you, and it gives you the fucking keys of what you got to do next to be that fucking character. When you're not in alignment, when you're drinking, when you're hanging around a whole bunch of fucking losers, toxic as fuck, hooking up, all these fucking things, it throws it all off. You're stuck in the fucking matrix. I
mm,
broke that bitch and I'm still in it sometimes, but I'm like, fuck that. Oh shit. Okay, I know I'm in this shit. Like I'm so at the level of fucking awareness that I'm like, oh my God, I'm being a fucking bitch right now. But then I'm like, good. Like, okay, good this is happening. Because then
yeah.
I can learn from it to not do it next time and be more aware. So I'm like, oh fuck, that's a fucking win. Like that's all
Mm,
my mind thinks now is everything is a fucking win. What the fuck is a loss? I don't know. It's not my vocabulary.
mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I really love that, Nick. Like you step into the room, you own the room, and everyone dance to the beat of your drum, basically. And you're no longer a people pleaser. That's awesome. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's very important. I love that fact too. And you moving from that mindset of being a loser to becoming a winner and living that abundance of yourself is something I believe everyone should, attain or achieve in life also. Yeah. Yeah, and that's why I would like to also plug in the course that you offer or the program that you offer out there. Can you tell us more about it and how people could reach out to you to engage with you and become a better version of themselves?
Yeah, so definitely for all coaching programs and all that, there's no like website or anything that I'm running. Everything is on my Instagram. You see my program on there. I'm posting it every single day on my Instagram story. It's like the early
Okay.
morning wake up, supplements, macros, yada, 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 all that shit. So it's like the
Mm-hmm.
program's in motion every single day. And that's another thing. That's how I keep myself accountable. But in terms of contacting me for the coaching, that's on Instagram, Nick Drivas Fit, NickDrivas, and then the word fit. But in terms of the coaching, I have two levels that you can hit me with. The first one is going to be a mid-level program. So this is where we just get your habits right. So getting that solid foundation in terms of your fitness, mindset, and nutrition. So we're just getting you on path. If you got a drinking problem, if you're eating a lot of bad food, you want to get your workouts dialed, your macros overall, all these little things. I can get you there. It's very easy once you have the blueprint, and then you can apply it for yourself. Like, we have a group call in there. We got that once a week right now, running that with a whole bunch of team members. That shit's fucking popping. That goes for $750 for 3, $12.99 for 6, or $2K for a year, or you could do $299 per month on that one. That's the mid level. Now I got my high level program. This is more intense, where we're turning you into that 10.0 character. Now this could be corporate workers, business owners, anybody of the sort, high performers, right? So this is where we focus more one-on-one. You have access to me. We have a weekly call, and we dive deep. Again, you get macros, your workouts, but we're also constructing here the 10.0 character. So we're focusing on your vision. We're focusing on your energy levels. We're focusing on who is the 10.0 you at the most maximum capacity possible. Because if you're not doing this, especially in a career like that, you're not performing at your best. So we're making that peak physical performance and just performance overall the best you possible. So for that one, it's going to be 4,000 for 3, 7,000 for 6, or 10K a year, or 1,500 per month with me at this very moment. You can contact me for both programs of which one you want to do, and start with, once again, on Instagram, Nick Drivas Fit, and you just send me a DM.
Yeah, I'm going to place a link to your Instagram in the show notes of this episode. So I encourage everyone who is interested in these offers or the services to copy the link or click on the link and get across to Nick, and then see how you could engage. I was reading also that one could send you Savage, for example, and that way one gets like a free or discounted offer or service or something like that also.
Yeah, there's I got a whole bunch of shit on my YouTube. You can check out too if you just want to see some free shit. That's where you could see that breaks down even on there, like my high level program on the homepage. So that comes with like a course and everything as well. But yeah, you can hit me with the word savage, or you can just say, "Hey, I came from the podcast and I want to do XYZ program." And we'll get you started right then and there. If you're ready to go, I'm ready. I'm ready at any fucking point. It does not matter. Like, my fucking shit, I'm just like, fuck yeah. Like, that's how I am. Like, any coach I went to, I was like, fuck yeah, I'm fucking ready. Let's do this shit. Do the research first before even contacting me, and then make sure you're ready to go. You got your credit card out. Boom, let's fucking get this shit. Like, that's the only way. Because then you get the best fucking results that way too. Like, if you come in half-ass, I don't work with guys like that. You got to be fucking ready. Like, that's how you're going to get the best results. That's how it worked for me.
Yeah, you have to be ready. And if someone comes to you, Nick, for example, and says, yeah, I think I'm quite comfortable with the way I am, but if you could encourage me or maybe open my eyes to see how leveling up my physique, my nutrition, and mindset could help me get to the next level, how would you answer such a person who is like, okay, comfortable with the way he or she is right now, but maybe you could encourage the person to do more or become better?
Yeah, I always be honest as fuck. Like, I just always use me as an example. I was just lying to myself when I did that, because I did that so many times, especially before joining with my coach and going on the whole personal development route. Like, I was lying to myself in the fucking mirror every single day. I was like, for the porn addiction, like, oh, it's fine. And then it was like, for my physique, oh, you look great. Like, you're bulking, bro. Like, you look good, even though I look like jack shit. I'm like, you're not. You have no muscle on you. You just have fat on you, bro. Like, that was the voice deep down that was saying that, but I wasn't listening to that voice. So I've gotten that so many fucking times, and I'm just like, you're lying to yourself. Love ain't fucking lies. The real deal is me. I will tell you what the fuck you actually need. I tell you where to look. I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, bro, like, yeah, just do some workouts and you'll be good. I'm like, bro, you're fat. Like, stop talking like that. The fact that you're so comfortable is disgusting to me, because I see so much fucking potential in each and every individual. Even you, Toby, like, same shit. I just see, I just get rid of the fucking physical. I just look at soul. Again, because I've tapped so fucking deep into myself, I see people from the soul now. So I'm just like, okay, this person has so much unlimited fucking potential. It doesn't fucking matter. Like, literally. So the fact that you're saying you're so comfortable and you're fat as fuck is a fucking lie in itself. Like, bull fucking shit. Like, you could be doing so much better. You could have a better job, more money in the bank account. You could do it for your physique, for your macros, you could get your macros tighter. You could get your workouts dialed. Like, are you tracking your workouts every fucking workout? Probably not. So, like, do that. That's a win. Are you journal all these things? It's like you could get more ripped, more jacked, all these fucking things. But
Yeah.
like you're choosing not to. So it's all a choice at the end then.
That's true. It's a holy choice at the end of the day. Yeah. And do you also provide like nutrition plans for people? Like a lot of people get confused because you say, okay, eat early, um, make sure you take care of your diet, but a lot of people are confused. They don't know what to eat, like what is actually healthy for them. And do you provide like a kind of plan or suggestions of what to eat and what's the benefit of this nutrition plan is also?
Yeah, so for everything, it's all customizable for all my things. So
Mm,
there's custom nutrition plans and also for the workout plans as well. So we break it down into it's called for my specifically for my program custom flexible dieting. So what we do is make sure that you're still enjoying the foods that you love. So if it is something like pizza, let's say, we can play around with the macros and you can have a pizza. Like
mm,
it's very fucking possible to make it work, but you have to know the macros, and there's different recipes that you can try to fit in with whatever I give for your caloric range, your macros overall.
mhm,
Because if you don't, again, you're just going to be blindsided and doing the guesswork once again. So we
mm,
really break down everything in terms of the workout plan as well, especially with your current lifestyle. Because if you can't do like, 2 hours in the gym, you can only do 45 minutes to an hour. We can
mm.
make that shit work. You still put on the size, you still lose the weight. And then the same thing once again with the macros. You're still going to be able to lose the weight. You're going to feel way more confident. You're going to know exactly what you're doing. And it's going to be a done fucking deal. I have the blueprint. It's so fucking easy. I'm telling you.
So I'm sure a lot of people are excited to, get on that call with you already, get across to you on Instagram already. So one more time, the link to your Instagram will be in the show notes of this episode, and anyone could just copy it, get across to you, or even just follow you first of all to see,
Mhm.
to follow the journey that you're on and see the progress and the results from other people. Also, maybe that could be encouraging or motivating also for a lot of people. Yeah.
Oh,
Earlier
yeah.
you talked about you are hanging out with some people like, and at the point you have to like break free from them to have this life that you have right now. And I can imagine that journey or that transition could be lonely at a point, because at the point you have no friends, because you have to let go of all of these
Mhm.
friends that you had
Mhm.
before in the past. So how do you deal with that phase of being lonely? How do you encourage someone out there who is currently lonely because he or she is on that journey of changing or transforming his or her life?
Okay, yeah, that's big right there. That's a really good fucking question because it got fucking rough. It got like all I had. I remember when I first fucking invested, I had nobody at that point. Like
Mm,
not all my friends, they dipped, they went to college, or I didn't really have a lot of people. I was just grinding, kind of doing my own thing with the YouTube and then the TikTok. I lost that one mentor, as I mentioned before, that was like 20 minutes away from me at this point.
mm,
The only person that I had was my coach and then my family. And that was it for the most part. And then I just kept fucking working. I said, fuck this shit. I'm just gonna focus on me. Fuck everybody else. I'll fucking do it. Everyone's gonna bitch out. Everyone's not gonna wake up same time. Everyone's not gonna do the workouts. Everyone's not gonna pull up to the gym like I am same time. All these things. And I was like, fuck everybody. I don't need anybody. I need me. I need to work on me right now. So I did that over and over again. And then as I've gotten better, I started to attract a lot of fucking different people throughout this process and a lot better people, a lot more ballers. I joined a lot more communities. I got around the right people that I wanted to be around now. So it's like it was all happening for me. Life is happening for you, not to you.
mm,
So it was all a reflection in and of itself. So I was like, fuck, man, I needed to go through this because at first I was hanging around fucking drug addicts and old bullshit people. They weren't serving me, but it was because of me. I was the fucking problem. I wasn't
mm,
working on myself. So I started working myself. Then I had people that I got people in fucking Florida. I got people in fucking Australia now. I got people in fucking California. They all in the same shit. They're all in that self personal development journey. They all want the best. They're all winners. They're all stacking bread. All these things. But I had to work on myself first. And then people just started to come to me. I came to them in that sense as well. I'm just on a different wavelength now. Your frequency is what you frequently see. So my
mm,
frequency raised, it just attracted more people that were on that frequency. Now, another thing, my magnetism increased as just the individual. So what ended up happening with that mentor that was 20 minutes away, I remember I was like month 2 in the personal development space, and I remember asking my coach this. This is what he told me. He's like, your magnetism has increased just as the individual as a whole, because that mentor reached out to me and he wrote a very nice message. By the way, he was very toxic, as I said. He was fucked. Like shit with his dad, like incest type shit, fucking, and also him as an individual, like he would take advantage of me. He never beat me or some shit. I would never have that happen. He was just a fucked up individual in the fucking skull. um and it fucked me for so long, by the way, with that. And I didn't have anybody. The person that I had was the coach, and he was saying, yo, the magnetism of you as this individual. Now he reached back out. He wrote this really nice message. Hope the best. Da, 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 you're killing it. Yada yada yada. I was like, what the fuck? Why is this happening? And that's what he told me. And it's because of the person that I was creating in this process. The energy was different. The vibration was increasing. The work that I was putting in. And it was because I wasn't focused on anybody else. I was focused on me. So my internal state was getting correct. So then on the outer surface or the external state, everything else was correct. When a man is right, his world will be right. So as a man, I'm right. Like I feel right. Mindset wise, physique wise, all these things. So the world will be right. If not, you need some changes. Listen to that fucking consciousness. Listen to that calling. That's all it was for myself.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how I deal with it now.
That's awesome, Nick. I mean, I've learned so
Mhm.
much from you. I have nothing else to add to it, basically. Like, just what I can draw from that is basically, if you're on that lonely path, on that lonely journey, just go, continue. Don't give up. Don't look back. At a point, you start to attract the right people, and you will never feel
Mhm.
alone again in your life. And you'll be surrounded with so much happy people, so much healthy people, and so much people that will, even move you up to the next level. Maybe people like Nick also that could maybe you
Mhm.
make you elevate in your journey also. Yeah.
Yep. I do gotta add too. It's like now at this point, you can see through all the bullshit now
Mm,
because of what I've been through. So I'm like, oh, this motherfucker's doing this. Ah, fuck you. Nah, I've seen this shit before. Like, oh, you're okay. So you're like this guy that I used to hang out with. Like, if he's like doing drugs and all this shit, oh, like I already know. It's like, oh man, like show me a man's habits. I'll show him his fucking future in 10, 50 plus years. Like, it's gonna be
mm,
dog shit if your habits are fucking shit. Like, I don't
mm,
do that shit, so I know, So I'm like, just making those correlations and making those connection points for myself, it allows me to just move forward and be like, okay, is this person going to uplift me? Is this person going to help me grow? If not, then I just don't fuck with them, you
mm.
know? And it's perfectly fine to be alone as well. Like along the path, it's supposed to be fucking lonely. It's not supposed to have a whole bunch of people. Then it would throw you the fuck off and you would be in
Yeah.
the same spot. You would have so
Yeah.
many fucking distractions and all that shit. So it's like,
Mm,
just focus on you and then you'll have the right people come. It just
mm.
takes fucking time. I was so like, what the fuck? Like nothing's working, all this fucking shit. Boom. Like a couple months after, delayed gratification kicked in, and then I'm like, oh shit, everything started changing. And the more that I invest in myself, that's another big thing. I just continue to invest in myself so I have the right people coming around as well
Yeah.
that are reflecting back. We're all in the same fucking frequency and wavelength.
Mm.
That's all it is.
Yes, yes. I mean, Nick, if you shared a lot with me in this episode, I really appreciate it. And I'm so grateful that,
Yeah.
you're helping people out there to become better beings and to elevate basically, or to get to the next level in their physique, in their mindset, in their nutrition also. And one more time, the link to your Instagram will be in the show notes of this episode. You also are on YouTube also. You can watch your videos too. Everything's available through your Instagram also. You have links to everything there also. If there's a closing remark, something you would like to share with the audience, with the listeners right now that we've not talked about, what would that be?
Just be the fucking man you always needed your whole life. Like I'm only 23, okay? So the fact that I've been able to tap in so fucking deep with myself is that I've tapped into consciousness. I tapped into God. I've been able to hear God so many fucking times, especially in the deficit. Just giving me the next fucking stepping stone of what I gotta do next to get to that vision. Like
Mm,
I have it so simplified compared to most 23-year-olds that are out there. Like some 40-year-old may tell you something, but it's like you may not be able to run with it or resonate with it. But like for me, it's like for a lot of people out here, it fucking resonates because I'm like doing it so young, you know? But they may be like, oh, well, like, you're young as fuck. It's like, shut the fuck up. Like, otherwise you would have the results. So it's
Mm,
like, listen to the person who has the results. You know what I'm saying? And listen to that fucking voice because it fucking works. Like, listen to the call of your fucking consciousness. I'm telling you, be the man you always fucking needed. That's the man you would always need, is the person that is in alignment and is hearing the voice to guide you along the path of the next steps moving forward for yourself. Be that person. Go to that coach. Make the investment. The best investment is going to be you. It's only going to make you get to that next level. The more you pay, the more it's going to come back. Money's just energy at the end of the day. It's going to flow back into the bank account regardless. You're going to get results, whatever it is. If it's your physique, you're going to be able to get the results on the physical, on the exterior, and then definitely mind, body, soul. You get that fucking tapped in with the dope ass mindset. You're destined for fucking greatness. I'm telling you right now. Just listen to that voice. You want to drop that 20 pounds? Make it fucking happen.
mm. Yeah, you're destined for greatness. You just have to invest into it and believe also that you can make it. Yeah. Thank you so much, Nick. This
Yep.
was so wonderful, and I'm so blessed that we had this conversation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toby.
Thank you.
This was dope.